Hello, everybody. I want to thank you so much for joining to me today as I make my announcement. Today's a special day. Not only is it my baby girl's birthday, but it also is the day that women of color got the right to vote. I made this video and I hope you enjoy it as much as I made making it. There is a QR code that you're going to see throughout the video. Please support and donate. And I look forward to seeing you guys after this video.
My family has lived in District 3A for 7 years. Our district proudly is one of the most diverse districts in Frederick. Yes, Frederick is a great place to raise your family, but still much work must be done. In a diverse district like 3A, our students need more representation in their curriculum and their educators, who they can see themselves in. I'm a mom of 3 and a grandma of Santana. My daughter Chanel graduated from TJ High School. My son Nashawn currently attends Frederick High School. And my youngest daughter Carissa attends Whittier Elementary. So I can understand and relate to the people in my district when they demand diversity in their education system and their curriculum. So, how do you feel about me running for office?
It's about time. I'm very proud of you.
My family chose Frederick as our home 9 years ago. And we quickly realized that Frederick was a great place to raise our family. But we also realized that over the 9 years, Frederick has grown tremendously. Our family embraces public service, and I was born into community service where my dad served 25 years in the Army. I served 13 years as a military spouse, where I educated military families on to adapt in the military lifestyle on one of the most significant military installations in the United States, Fort Bragg. I served on the Walkersville Ethics Board and owned a local nonprofit organization that empowered youth through summer programs. I established a partnership with the Boys and Girls Club, where I implemented after-school programs in 4 middle schools in Frederick City. I wear many community service hats as a volunteer and a leader. And now I work hard to inform my community through my live Facebook show and podcast, Next on the Mic. We should know who is policing our streets. Officers should be held accountable for their unfair treatment of our residents. We should never lack transparency in our law enforcement. There will be an uphill battle to establish community trust and engagement. I embrace community policing. It's a part of my everyday job. I work hard in Baltimore to bridge the gap between law enforcement and the community. I work across the tables with government and city agencies to create and establish a collaborative partnership through policies and programs. I will use that same dedication in our community to fight for what our community needs at the state level to make sure our families feel safe. Our educators in Frederick City and County are underpaid and overworked, and there is not enough teachers with color. I will be the voice for the student and the educators as a state delegate to create true equality and bring more money into the city to hire more teachers with color. Pay our teachers more so they don't have to work 2 jobs. They can live here and work here, and make sure our students get the service they need when they need them. Frederick's middle and wealthy economic class lacks diversity, and the cost of living continues to rise. Those residents who fall below the poverty line remain without opportunity for better jobs and economic growth within their own communities. When my family moved to Maryland, the transition from military to civilian life was a struggle. After 2 years of living in Frederick, we ended up homeless at one point. At that time, our city only had shelters for men, and there were no shelters for women and children unless you were a domestic violence victim. So I can relate and understand when our families demand and deserve resources and services. Our veterans and our families deserve better, much better. After working as a supervisor for the Rapid Rehousing Program, and I secured housing for 75 homeless families in 60 days, I can say with great confidence, I know what it takes to help our underprivileged families and communities in District 3A. I'll be the voice that keeps getting up and fighting for you if you vote for me to be that voice.
I want to thank you guys for joining me today to announce my candidacy for State Delegate District 3A in Frederick City, Maryland. From the video you just watched, you can see that I volunteer in my district, and I encourage my family to volunteer as well. I love District 3A, and I want to hear and support the voices and demands and the needs of the families in District 3A. You, the voters, my neighbors, business owners, and nonprofits, and the parents who know what District 3A needs. If we, the people, hold leaders accountable locally, together we can make District 3A better and stronger. If elected, I want to see you in my office holding me accountable. For a hardworking district that has been overlooked for far too long. But with me being your delegate of District 3A, we will have a voice and be heard in Annapolis. I will be that voice you deserve and the voice you need to get the job done. In addition to your support, I could not do this without the support of my family. And I don't want to leave you today without introducing my family. My son, Nashawn, is 16. My daughter, Chanel, is 22, with my grandson, Santana, which is 1. My little Carissa is 9. And last but not least, a friend and also my biggest cheerleader, Amin. Watch me interview my family next, and be sure to stick around for the outtakes in the end. You don't want to miss this.
You know I love doing interviews. Today, I'm putting my own family in the hot seat.
Come on, Mom, we got this.
First, I would like to interview my son, Nashawn. Let me just say he's a lacrosse player for Team Maryland. Team Maryland Lacrosse Club is a great program for lacrosse for boys and girls. If you want your son and daughter to play lacrosse, Look up Team Maryland. How do you feel about being a black young man in schools at Frederick?
So I go to Frederick High, and there's no certain race of that school. It's like Hispanics, whites, blacks, mixed, and Asians, and that's what I like about Frederick High. And I don't think I want to go to any other school to go.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you like that it's multicultural?
Yes.
Yes. And we do live in a district that's very diverse. So the Frederick High is a multicultural school. I agree. Chanel, you're a young adult, beautiful mother of my grandson, Santana. Chanel, you're a young adult. How do you feel about the cost of living in Frederick?
As far as the cost of living, I think that for young adults, in order to live in Frederick, they would have to keep 2 jobs, and not minimum wage jobs. We have to have a higher paying job. And I feel like the more they build on Frederick and the more expensive Frederick gets, it pushes out the young adults and the minorities into cheaper places as far as Hagerstown. Even myself, being a young black single mother, with my income, I couldn't keep up with the cost of living. I would be living paycheck to paycheck.
Yes, I do understand that. We do know that the cost of living is rising in Frederick, and we do need to make it affordable for our young adults that are coming out of college, that do have regular jobs and trying to find their way like we did when we were younger. So,
But I have 8 combat tours, which is more than a lot of people that I went to combat with. Each time I went to combat, it was somebody that was their first time, and I was usually always the veteran. Even though I wasn't the highest ranking one, I was more experienced than most of my command, deployment-wise, because I started off as a Marine first.
do you feel like Frederick supports veterans? I mean, we do have a veterans commissions committee. Do you feel like that Frederick supports veterans? And what do you feel that Frederick could change for the veterans population?
Being that I used to live in North Carolina from Fort Bragg, and I can only compare it from Fort Bragg to here, it's not a big base. So for it even to be here, and as soon as you get outside the post, it's like not veteran friendly. I mean, I don't expect special treatment, but we did do a lot for this country, and we do stuff for the people of Frederick in the United States to have certain rights and benefits. And sometimes it's good to get recognized for it, sometimes too much. But you got to find a happy medium. But Frederick, treating veterans, they don't treat us badly, but they don't treat us with the respect we deserve. And this is the chemical base of the country. And we still don't get treated the way that we should be treated.
Do you feel like they have the programs and services that you need if you have suffering from PTSD?
No. Not here. Gotta go out to West Virginia for that.
Okay. And I think that's something that we need to change to definitely support the veterans in Frederick. What do you love about Frederick?
I've lived in a lot of places. Most of them dangerous. And I do like the fact that the crime rate is low here compared to places I've been. And it's pretty quiet. It's close enough to the city, to the big city, where you can drive there, and far enough away where the big city doesn't bleed into Frederick. But at the same time, if you stay super expensive because Frederick's expanding, and if the price of living here goes up, it's going to push all the good people out.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not going to be good for Frederick.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel not being able to work in the city you live in?
It's not beneficial for me to have to go that far out to get a job paying well enough for me to live here.
Yes, and I think a lot of people do not realize that a lot of people in Frederick don't live where they work. They work outside of Frederick. That means their money is probably spent outside of Frederick, and they just live in Frederick. So we definitely need to make sure that we have more jobs that are appeasing to the people that need the good jobs to stay here and live here and work here.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Office.
Thank you.
And for some odd reason, some emotion came up. But,
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
you're going to be a great leader.
Thank you.
And I wouldn't have anybody else. You know, what you say you're going to do, you do it. No matter what. And if somebody's in your way, I feel sorry for them.
Thank you so much for that. And he has definitely been a cheerleader for me and has supported me and have watched me through this journey. And I have not always been the easiest person, but you definitely have worked hard. Don't cry, Amin, okay? It's okay. and so then, finally, we have little Carissa.
Hi, everybody.
And I must say that I picked this day to make my announcement because it's Carissa's birthday.
Yeah, it's my birthday, everybody. You can say happy birthday in the comments.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carissa. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! My goodness, guys. Thank you. I love you guys. Vote for my mommy. Tell her Dasher.
Thank you.
Who doesn't?
Oh,
Hey, listen, stop fidgeting so much.
I
Just
need
chill.
that.
I swear she gets ADHD. All people say she doesn't.
All right, guys.
You got the lighter? It's down there.
Oh my.
That's on the side.
So, you guys, tell me how
No,
you
on the
did
side,
in
not in the drawer, on the side. Fell on the side. Come to this side.
First, I would like to interview my son, Nashawn. Let me just say,
And also, my mom's running for state delegate A with the A.
Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Once again, don't forget to donate. You can go into my website, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the community. And I just love you guys in Frederick and just being supportive through this whole process. And I look to see you on the campaign trail. Bye.